Hey, this is old Uncle Mark. I am not in the mothership. I happen to be in my office. If I make the mistake of saying I'm in the mothership, I do apologize, but that's not where I'm at. I am here in the office with my 3-string Cigar Box Guitar. This is a request. It's called Sawed Off Shotgun. The request was from a group that does this called Morgan and Schuler. But I kind of did some investigating. The song is originally by Shaky Harris. Shaky Harris was a Chicago harmonica player. He used to play with the great Magic Sam. Shaky Jake is fantastic. So if you get a chance, put on some Shaky Harris. The song is called Sawed Off Shotgun. I think the album is called Ragged and Dirty. Might be. It's great old Chicago blues, 1971. Like I said, it's got Magic Sam on it. And any time anybody plays with Magic Sam, he's one of my favorite guitar players. Really a big innovator. So anyway, Shaky Harris harmonica. This is a blues tune, straight ahead blues. It's a 1-4-5 straight ahead type blues. But what it does is it has a little rhythm to it where it goes. So this little rhythm something I want you to get used to. So you're kind of hitting heavy on this bass note, right? And then you're going to also bounce your hand and mute it a little bit. So I'm kind of hitting it at the same time I'm playing it. So that's something to get used to, is this hitting at the same time you're strumming. I'm going to do a lesson about right hand technique someday, but today's not that day. So in those hits, you want to put your first finger here on this E note and then the F note. So you're going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And if you want, you can emphasize these 2 strings to get that. You can certainly play that way. Wish my birds would quiet up. I got a couple of parakeets over there, and they're kind of noisy when I play music. Okay, you can also do that in C. We know it's a 1-4-5 song. You've seen my 1-4-5 lesson, where G is the key. That means C and D, okay, are the other chords. So G, C, and D. G, G sharp, A, B flat, B, C. Remember that dot, it's the second one. Okay? C sharp and D. Okay? And remember, you can always come up here to these 2 dots here with your slide. Right? So this is how we're going to do this. So this C does the same thing. And since I have my pinky on my slide, I'm going to have to use my finger this way. Play it this way with a little mute. Okay, there's also a D. So if I had my slide here, I'd have to use my pinky. Right? So I'd be using my pinky to make these notes. Okay? But it's the same format as down here. And I'd rather, instead of you shifting, I'd rather you just use 2 fingers, right? Gets you good and limber down here, right? Use those 2 fingers. It'll make it easier later. And here, you know, you can do it, right? If you're not using a slide, certainly use it this way. So let's go through this song a little bit, now that we got a good idea of how we're going to do it. And we can do it really fast, or we can do it slow. I'm going to do it at a kind of a medium pace. Well, let me tell you, baby, what I want you to do. I want you to love me, baby. I want you to be true. Turn me loose. I'm going out that door. Now we're gonna go up to the D, remember? With my sawed-off shotgun, I'm gonna clean out that first floor. Well, I heard little Jimmy knocking at your door. When I get here, baby, ain't gonna knock it no more. Turn me loose. I'm going out that door. With my sawed-off shotgun, I'm gonna clean out that first floor. Okay, so that is the feel of the song. But like any good blues tune, we want to spice it up a little bit. So I want to take a little bit of spice, add a little bit of slide, and you know the 12th fret here is where I can go if I'm in G. Okay, so in these spaces, so I'm coming up and I'm releasing down. All right? C. D. Turn around on D. So you're coming up, coming down. You can do a lot of things within these spaces, okay? Other things you can do. And remember, our slide technique is not to be flat on this G string here, right? It's to be a little bit angled out. As opposed to being flat, you want to be a little angled out. And you can fool around with this. One string here. Practice these little moves. They really work well in these blues, these straight ahead blues tunes. So as you play this, start doing these moves, right? Get used to going from here to here, right? Get used to coming from here down. So the notes that are loud, they're great. There's G, there's F, there's D, there's C, there's B flat, and you can always go to B and come down. So fool fool around with this. It's straight ahead blues. It's pretty easy. It's in G. If you want to do it in other keys, you can certainly look at my 1-4-5 lesson in, you know, and that'll tell you how to switch keys. It's G. The key of G would be C and D. The key of C would be F and G. The key of D would be G and A. Yeah, it depends on what you want to do. So start figuring this stuff out. I know you can do it. You're getting better and better at this. So old Uncle Mark, I'm not in the mothership, but I got my 3-string cigar box guitar, and I am playing the blues from Shaky Jake Harris. Shaky Jake, you should look him up. If you like my lessons, that's great, and I'm glad, and I thank you for all your support and donations. I do have a donation button or link in the show notes. It is a paypal.me/Uncle Mark Tips. I thank you so much for your donations. I thank you for all the subscriptions. My YouTube channel is doing fantastic. This is a great community, the Cigar Box Guitar community. I thank you so much for the shares, the social media, all of the attention I'm getting. Thank you. It's all your doing. So I do appreciate it, and I do notice it. Thank you so much. It's old Uncle Mark.